And now we're going to move on to the next question. In the committee of 100 interview with the superintendent, she indicated CRT is not in Prince William County schools because there are no classes explicitly taught on the topic. Critics argue that CRT is a lens that other subjects are taught through as a result of mandatory equity and diversity trainings for teachers. Can you comment on how and whether CRT is in the classroom? And that was a long one, so I'm happy to repeat it if any panelists need me to. Martha, I see your hand first.
I feel like a broken record a little bit. I'm as delicately as possible, I'm going to say that she gave a very disingenuous answer. Because, you know, critical race theory is not taught. And I don't know anyone that claims that critical race theory is taught. Montessori schools have preschoolers that have Montessori theory implemented on them. They don't learn the Montessori theory. And the same thing is happening in Prince William County. Again, more so in our future. I think I know there's rogue teachers out there because I get told stories of what's happening in schools across the county, different assignments that come home, different conversations that are had. So, you know, I think it's hard to find a young teacher today that is not indoctrinated into critical social justice. But it is absolutely being implemented in Prince William County schools through the things I keep mentioning, culturally responsive instruction and social emotional learning. And the superintendent knows that. And I can actually kind of prove that he knows that, so.
And Atif, I see your hand. Do you want to respond?
Hey, Kate, and I'm so sorry that I'm not answering the questions directly because we're not asking the right questions. And I know that you all are trying to do a good job to frame it, but again, why are people so worked up? Let's get to the bottom of that, right? Why are our friends Paul, Mr. Lott and Ms. Kutzinger and millions across America are so worked up? We can twist it, bend it, whatever, you know, call it Marxism, whatever. The bottom line is people want fair treatment for different groups, whether it's based on race, sexual orientation, gender, religion, or whatever. And others want to resist. I mean, that's the heart of the problem. This is an iteration, like I said before, if you look at our history, this is no different than massive resistance, no different what's happening here. And like, we can deny it all we want, but if it looks like a duck, if it sounds like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Thanks, Atif. And I see your hand up, Paul, if you want to go ahead.
Fair treatment means that everyone is treated the same. Not that everyone gets special treatment based upon where they come from or the color of their skin. People are getting worked up because they're seeing something that's wrong, and people aren't stupid. People can see that true equality is to lay out a table, equip your children, and let them go out and benefit based on their talents and abilities. This whole narrative that we have to have equality of outcomes is ridiculous. I am a father of 10 children, and with the same parents, I don't have 10 equal outcomes. Everyone prospered according to their talents, abilities, and desires. That's it. Equity, this notion of equity is—
Time's up. Sorry.
Oh, time's up.
I'm sorry.
And Dr. Jory, back to you again. The question again is, you know, the superintendent of the district said that there isn't a specific class taught on CRT, but can you comment on whether you think CRT is or isn't taught in the classroom?
Well, the training is definitely about the topic of diversity and looking for opportunities to expand cultural proficiency, which entails that both students and teachers can understand different perspectives and build empathy. So, and it's a long drawn process, you know. Like transforming an organizational culture is definitely a long-term process that requires sustained focus and commitment. And I think, you know, the county stakeholders are all invested in it.
Thanks, Dr. Jory. Moving on to the next question. And again, apologies, everyone. This is another long